Hey guys, Multi here. Today, let's talk about a tier list, or let's make a tier list prediction for the upcoming season 2 of The War Within. I think season 2 is starting on the 4th of March, if I'm not wrong, so it's just a little bit more than 2 weeks that we have the new season coming up, the new Mythic Plus season. So this will be focused on Mythic Plus, just to make it clear, and it will be focused on DPS. We will go forward around this here. I already prepared my list here on the side, which I want to do. I try to make a comment like to every spec, but I also want to try to keep the video kind of as short as possible, around 10 minutes. So if you want to have a super detailed insight about every spec, that's maybe not what you will get here, but I try to rank them as good as possible from the data that we have right now. Let's start with Affliction Warlock. I think Affliction Warlock will not have a good time again here on... Oh, do we need another tier? No, I think we can work with SABC. Yeah, I think Affliction Warlock will not have a good time this upcoming tier. Thanks God, we will have some pretty strong Warlock specs, so you don't need to play Affliction Warlock. Maybe I think there's a little bit of an upside later on in the tier. As better the gear gets and as higher the key goes, maybe Affliction Warlock can rise a little bit, but also in my opinion not that much, just to make it clear. Next one is Arcane Mage. It's just slightly better. It will be a fine spec, not more not less. You know the upsides and downsides of Arcane Mage, so not a bad spec, not a pretty good spec, but it's okay. Arms Warrior, let me check where I have it here. Okay, Arms Warrior also pretty much down here on my list. What should I say about it? The other good thing is we have a better warrior spec, but yeah, warrior is struggling lately a little bit with let me say, it loses steam. It loses steam through as high the key goes. So low keys, warrior pretty good. High keys, warrior not that good. So my list here today is not for the highest keys like new world records, but definitely for people that try to climb in the Mythic Plus and the Mythic Plus keys. So don't get me wrong, we don't talk here about a +3 or a +5. So yeah, just to make that clear. Next one is Assassination Rogue. They have a problem right now on the server. Last time that I checked the beta, so I will just put it D tier. Can change for sure if there's, I think, is some problem with the T set. Can change, but at the moment I have to rank it pretty low. Next one is Balanced Druid. I see a lot of upside for Balanced Druid. We all know what could be the upside. As high the key goes, as better the gear is. I think Balanced Druid has a pretty good potential to even climb into the S tier, but as lower the keys are, as worse Balanced Druids are usually, like it is right now. So it could be even B tier on low keys, S tier on very high keys, and I think putting it on A tier at the moment is just fine. Okay, then we are on Beastmaster 100. Point blank, they are just doing ridiculous amount of damage at the moment on the betas and everything, so they look pretty strong. S tier. Next one, Demo Warlock, pretty strong A tier spec as well. I try to move a little bit faster forward here from here now, right? Because like I said, I don't want to have a 25-minute long video, because anyways the people will not watch it for 25 minutes, and I cannot give a pretty much detailed insight on every spec. Next one is Destro Warlock. I think that's an interesting spec. I will rank it S tier, low S tier. Why? Because I believe in the upside of Destro Warlock for the next upcoming tier. I see a lot of potential in it, just to make that clear. So I think that will be the best Warlock spec, and it could be even one of the S tier specs. Next one is Devastation Evoker. It's not that great, just to make it clear, but I think you guys were already expecting that. So it's just is where it is. Next one, Elemental Shaman. As you can see already, we have a bunch of caster specs pretty much high on the ladder. So seems like not a bad time to play a caster. Next one, Enhancement Shaman. So Shaman overall looks pretty strong right now, looks pretty strong moving forward. I put Enhancement Shaman on the S tier. I want to make clear, for me, Destro Warlock is at the bottom of the S tier. Enhancement Shaman is just right there. So a pretty strong spec. Next one is Feral Druid, middle of the pack. Nothing special, nothing crazy bad, crazy good. And then we're coming to Fire Mage. About Fire Mage you can say the same what you say about Balanced Druid. I just have the feeling that Fire Mage is maybe a little bit more reliable moving forward. That's why I put them directly into the S tier. It's always also a little bit hard. You can make an S plus tier. Maybe I would put 1 or 2 specs, and then you could make an A plus tier. If there would be an A plus, I think I would put Fire Mage into A plus, as well as Destro Warlock. But I think Fire Mage has a little bit more upside. And Frost Mage also looks pretty strong. Very good A tier. Has maybe not the upside that some other specs have, but pretty solid choice. Next one, Frost DK. We have another pretty good melee spec here. I rank them in A tier. I really believe they will be pretty good. And then we come to Fury Warrior. I will rank them at the bottom of the A tier. Why? Because I think I already explained it. I think they lose some steam as high the key goes, but I think for quite some time, especially in the first 4 weeks, which are for a lot of people the most important weeks of every new WoW, new WoW season or whatever, is maybe the most important weeks. I think they will be quite good, just to make that clear. Next one is Demon Hunter. I don't see a lot of potential here. C tier or B tier. Maybe bottom of the B tier. I don't see a lot of potential, but they are also not that bad, so I think they are fine where they are. Next one is here the Marksman Hunter. Beastmaster is super strong. Marksman is it not? So just to make that clear, at the moment they seem pretty weak. That's why I put them into the C tier, and I would say the same about Outlaw. So Rogue in general is in a bad space right now, because the last time I tested it, I think it's like three days ago, Rogue was pretty much bugged. SR Rogue and the sub Rogue Outlaw seem pretty weak. So yeah, let's see how it is. Maybe I will make a super quick update a few days before the season starts. But right now at the moment it looks pretty bad for Rogue. But let's be honest, it will change, and I'm pretty sure we will see at least one Rogue spec at A tier. Next damage spec is here Retribution Paladin. Middle of the pack, a little bit better than definitely Havoc Demon Hunter and so on, but middle of the pack, nothing fancy about it. Okay, they bring good utility, you know that. So if they are played quite well, they always have a little bit of an upside, but they lack of some things that the other DPS bring with that are here on S tier and A tier. Shadow Priest, kind of the same. Middle of the pack, B tier, not bad, not pretty good, just where they are. Survival Hunter, kind of the same. So we have two hunters are just everywhere on the place. Marksman Hunter, as I said, pretty bad. Survival Hunter, fine. I could also consider them climbing a little bit maybe later on, but I think if you want to play Hunter and if you want to play Beastmaster, this will be your season to shine, especially at the moment, what we know so far. Unholy DK, okay, not more, not less. I think Frost DK will definitely be better than Unholy DK in Mythic Plus in this season. And then we have Windwalker next. Windwalker, I think I put it A tier. I saw some quite good numbers from Windwalker. What I always also think about Monk players is I think they're pretty dedicated to the class. That's why always they have a little bit, for me, the upside of that they are not a class that everybody just plays on the side. Maybe you could say this also about some other specs classes, but yeah, I think Windwalker is here a little bit like, not like an OTP or just a main, but in general I think Monk players are doing quite a good job playing their class. That's A tier is fine. And then yeah, like always, let me say, I think when was it the last time different? I think I cannot even remember. Maybe there were sometimes only in A tier or A plus tier. We have Augmentation Evoker. Honestly, I think that's not a good game design, just to point it out. But again, we will see on the highest possible keys a lot of Augmentation Evoker. What does it lead to? It leads to that also people that are 2, 3, 4 key levels under the highest keys will still think they need a Augmentation Evoker. What it leads to, it leads to that a lot of people will play Augmentation Evoker. It will lead to that you will see a lot of Augmentation Evokers on the rankings, and yeah, you just have a good time as an Augmentation Evoker in general. You can pair it up pretty good with all those other specs. Maybe if you see right now on S tier, there are a lot of specs that have a potential bloodlust. That is maybe taking one thing away that from Augmentation Evoker, which brings them usually another point that bring them forward in the tier list. That's this time not the case, but as you can see, they don't even need that advantage. So that's my prediction. Like I said, on Rogue, something will definitely change. Maybe it already changed. Again, my information is like 2-3 days old. I guess we will see minimum one of them around A tier. I think we have a good upside potential on higher keys here on Balanced Druid. I think Demo Warlock and a Destro Warlock could change around, but I have the feeling we will see one pretty strong Warlock spec in general. Upside in lower keys, first 4 weeks, Fury Warrior, and that's it for today's guys. Have fun, good start into the season 2. Like I said, a little bit more than 2 weeks, and that's it. See you. Bye bye.